Today I am sharing tons of Easter DIYs and hacks that I know you're gonna love that take 5 minutes or less and only a couple of bucks to put together. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, make sure you are subscribed, and let's go ahead and jump on into it. First up, we are grabbing one of these wooden circles from the Dollar Tree Plus section. Now these were $3, but if you want to keep it at the $1.25 price point, you can just pick up one of the flat signs. I just love how this is going to kind of act as a shadow box, and then I'm going to put one of those large metal flowers in there. So this is going to be not just for Easter, but a fun spring DIY, and you could spray paint the flower or pick out a different color flower to match your style decor. I didn't want to leave this 100% like the natural wood. I didn't want it to look unfinished, so I do take a little bit of mineral color chalk paint and lightly brush over the edges, as well giving it a little bit of texture behind it. You also could put like a piece of like scrapbooking paper or paint it a solid color, and then just gluing this flower down in place. I did add a ton of hot glue just because I wanted to use hot glue, and I know sometimes like if you are just using that on metal, it does like have a hard time sticking. So I did put extra and then filled in the middle with a permanent marker to make it look a little bit more finished and painted. And then I think this looks really good, taking a piece of nautical rope, tying a couple of knots in it, and then attaching it to the top, kind of raveling out the ends. And I feel like this looks really good. It creates a hanger but gives it a lot more texture and just like a focal point, using the rope as the hanger. And I think this would be really cute, making these in a set of 2 or 3 and hanging them together, but definitely screams spring and gives you that perfect pop of color. Dollar Tree has some really good Easter signs. This is definitely hands down one of my favorites. This little sign with the Bunny Garland. These bunnies are too cute not to take off. Yes, you can buy a pack of unfinished wooden bunnies to make garlands with if you want to do that, but these are already finished. They already have the little cotton ball for the tail, already perfect to put together. So I just took the string off of the signs, pulled the bunnies off, and then I'm just going to restring them on a longer piece of jute twine and make this really cute bunny garland. You could hang this from hooks on a shelf, maybe across a bulletin board or cork board, and then I think it would be really fun to just kind of lay this around the front of like your other Easter decorations, maybe on a tablescape. But I feel like this looks really cute and was so easy to put together in just a few minutes. I love working with these wood slices, and they have bigger ones than they used to. You can get like a smaller 2-pack, or these bigger ones are $1.25 a piece, but they look really good. They're giving you kind of like that rustic look, but you still can decorate them colorful for each season, and they're going to blend very seamlessly into your decor. So for this, I wanted the like little image that I'm going to be putting on here to really pop out. So I go ahead and just paint the backing white, and all you have to do is follow one of the little rings that's already on this wooden slice. And I'm not worried about getting this circle perfect, but it kind of helps you to not make like a really weird like oblong shape. Window clings are one of the easiest ways to get labels or images onto craft items without having to print anything or cut anything out with a cutting machine. These look adorable. I love the little flower headband that one of the chicks has, as well as this little pop of pink Easter egg. I did take some Mod Podge to attach these to the wooden slice and go ahead and do a thin coat over the top, and then let these completely dry, and I just styled these with some plate holders. Once again, I'm upgrading for the Dollar Tree $3 plus section boards, but you could still like flip a $1.25 sign over backwards. That's what I usually always did before the plus section even existed. For this, I'm taking another one of Dollar Tree signs. I love this one. It was just kind of hanging from each other with a little carrot. So I just popped the bunny off, as well as this little hoppity sign. And I feel like the colors are perfect. I went with like this rustic bunny sign. I love the little piece of metal in the ear, as well as the bow on his neck. And I did elevate the bunny a little bit by gluing some tower blocks on the back. hack. This also is going to help me like tuck in that hoppity sign underneath without them overlapping. And then I felt like it did look a little bit unfinished, so I'm taking a little bit of truffle chalk paint and lightly going over the edges, so it's going to darken it up. It's going to kind of coordinate with the hoppity sign, but it's not going to take a lot of extra work. This is one of my favorite Easter decor hacks ever, and that is just by picking up a couple of these signs that look so gorgeous. Maybe they're a little warped, but you can upgrade these. Now, I have a couple of wooden signs from Target Dollar Spot that I'm going to be using, but you can use like the previous like Dollar Tree Plus section boards that I used in the last project to apply these to. But all I did was kind of break away that burlap backing. I loved how the like little bunny and truck looked on these, and then I'm going to glue them to like some stronger boards. Now you can find these at any craft store, at Target Dollar Spot, or like I mentioned, even at the Dollar Tree. So definitely fit what's in your budget. But how much better do these look rather than just hanging like the warped sign on your wall versus taking a couple extra minutes to put this on a sturdier sign that actually has like a real wood frame around it. This is the perfect time to grab any of those shaped like Easter baskets that you really like. They have fun textures, but they're easy enough to paint. So I just picked up one that I really liked. The texture on the outside, I removed the handle, and then I put the rock down there to hold it down in place so it didn't blow around. And then I give this a coat of white spray paint, and then coming back in with some of my favorite Rust-Oleum stone. I do splurge on this, but if you paint your projects first and then lightly go over it with the stone paint, you're not using as much. So I tried to stretch it as far as I could go. I couldn't get those little like holders off of the edge of the basket. They were just really tough, too tough to cut with a regular pair of scissors. So I wanted to blend that in. I ended up loving how it turned out anyways, but gluing some nautical rope, and then you don't even notice that they're there. I've shared this before, but I have to show you guys. If you pick up these mini little pallet signs, you can actually take a pair of miter shears and angle the top so it looks like adorable little picket fences. So I used 4 of these, went ahead and cut them down to look like this. I think that is absolutely adorable. I've even made like mini signs using this same technique, but cut them down, and then I'm going to glue all 4 of these together to create like a fun planter. You could take the time to use extra like wood glue or anything to make it more sturdy, but I haven't had any trouble out of just hot gluing this together. And now comes the fun part. I painted it this white. It makes it look even more legit, like the white picket fence. I love like putting flowers in here during springtime. I've even seen like people make like little picket fence for their flower beds out of like bigger pieces of wood, which is so gorgeous. It just reminds me of springtime. So I go ahead and paint that, let it completely dry, and then just fill it full of my favorite Dollar Tree flowers. I love the pink coming out in the springtime, so that's definitely what I go towards, and these are some of my favorite flowers that have the greenery on the bottom. I love how Dollar Tree upgrades their Easter decor all the time. These are such like nice high-end picks in the different like fun pastel colors. So I'm taking one of these little candy bowls as well as some spray paint. I love the scalloped edges of this one, so I go ahead and spray paint it. I'm using a really high quality spray paint because this is like really shiny plastic, but Rust-Oleum seems to always be my favorite. I put a piece of styrofoam down in here and then just kind of playing around and putting some white flowers, so the color of these eggs are really gonna pop. So after I got all my eggs placed, I went in with a few little pink flowers and stuck them in between to make it look really full. And then I'm adding a little bow to the front of this. I tied ribbon around it and then used a little pre-made bow, and I feel like this is perfect. I'm so happy that we don't have to spend hours like wrapping our own eggs in twine anymore, but Dollar Tree makes it super easy and already have these ready to go. I know it's super easy to overlook these little wooden crates just because we've used them for so long, but they still make really gorgeous spring centerpieces and little table decor. I glued a couple together and then stained it with my favorite flagstone stain, and then I'm going to be decorating this with some yellow flowers. I used a large popsicle stick and just cut off the rounded edges and then painted it white, and I'm going to be applying some of these metal mini little letters on here. These worked out perfect to spell out flowers, and glue them down in place, put it on the front of this, and then you could fill it up with any color flower that you'd like. My favorite thing whenever I am putting together little bouquets like this is just to like grab all of the extra flowers that I haven't been using for the longest time and use them as fillers, and then you can take your favorite flowers and just pile them on top. No one's ever going to know that you mixed these together like older flowers, but it makes it look so much more full, so I don't think you can ever add too many flowers to a container like this. It just looks really gorgeous. I love how the brown makes it look more rustic, but that pop of yellow is perfect and screams at spring and summer. Thank you all so much for checking out today's video. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to see after these Easter DIYs is going to be going on into, I guess, summer DIYs. I know it's early, but we always do things super early here on YouTube. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting. Bye.